Hello everybody, I am the Black Sigma, or you could just call me Eric. Welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Your Honor, 30 more minutes? Very well. At the prosecution's request, this court will now take a 30-minute recess. But be advised that I will not allow another recess today. Not sure if this is helping or hurting us. The court will take its final recess of the day. Whew. Right, well, what's going on with Maya's situation? The killer looks like he got away again. 30 minutes? We can't find her in that time. Ugh. Report? Is that Mr. Edgeworth? We don't have time, just spit it out. Right. Looks like we just missed them, sir. But the killer left a few things behind by accident in his rush to get away. A few things? Can we use any of them as evidence? Thought you'd ask, pal. I've got the things he left with me right now and I'm on my way over. Really? That's odd. Any items like that are usually sent to the crime lab first. We don't have time to wait for those guys, sir. When those guys weren't looking, I swiped the stuff and ran. What? Well, I'm not a detective anymore, so I had to. I'm really sorry, sir, but I've got to put the law on hold for now. Sounds bad. Hope he doesn't get in too much trouble over this. In my hunk of junk car, I'd say I'll be there in about 30 to 20 minutes, sir. Don't worry, I'll be there. Wait for me. Alright, just get here in one piece. I'm on a mission and no one can stop me now, sir. 'Cause I'm having a good time, Actually, no, I'm having a really bad time. Today is going horribly. Shelly the killer got away and... I'm pulling out all the stops and running every red light. Items left by the murderer, huh? Maybe there's something among them that will be decisive enough to end this. Hey, what's wrong? Detective Gumshoe, answer me. He just got in a car crash because he said he was gonna run every red light, didn't he? No one can stop me. What happened? It sounded like he had an accident. I'm guessing his cell phone broke as well. What was he thinking? We've got to hurry and call for help. But we have no idea where he is. His cell phone is broken, and he wasn't driving a patrol car, so no radio either. Also, if we don't get to those items before they do, the police will take possession of them. No, we can't let that happen. Well, if there is a way we can find out where he is, then we stand a chance. Why, oh why did Gumshoe have to get into an accident now? Is there any way to find out exactly where he is at this moment? Look, He got in a car accident. There has to be some way to track down a car accident in LA, right? That's right, there is a way. What? How? I'm sure we can find out where Gumshoe is through... this. I don't have a piece of evidence for it. But Von Karma does! Why are you bringing up Francisca at a time like... Oh, I see. I'll try to get in contact with her. The chances are slim, but she's all we have. She put a tracker on Detective Gumshoe. Yes, Francisca. Will she even want to help us? Edgeworth. What is it? I don't have any right to judge anyone ever again. I know my client is guilty. But what I'm doing now, I'm pinning the guilt onto someone totally innocent, and using the evidence to do so. It might be my turn to say, Defense Attorney Phoenix Wright chooses death. Right. It doesn't so... Sorry, let me recollect my thoughts. I'm having unnecessary feelings. It doesn't suit someone like you to cry useless tears. Whether you did your job well or not, that can only be seen after the verdict is decided. The verdict? Is Prosecutor Edgeworth here? Yes, bailiff. There's a phone call for you, sir. They said it was extremely urgente. I probably finished with the handwriting analysis. I have to go take this call. In the meantime, think hard about what it is you must do. I must buy time to get the items from Gumshoe. But the second that we have that, the tide turns, and I get Engarde the guilty verdict he deserves. Court will now reconvene. I assume both sides are ready. Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor. I can understand the defense acting like this. However, why do you also seem distraught, Mr. Edgeworth? That is... It's nothing, Your Honor. What's wrong with Edgeworth? Looks like something unexpected just happened to him. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, if you could please tell the court the results of the handwriting analysis on Ms. Impax's suicide note. Yes, Your Honor. Unfortunately, we have discovered that this suicide note is a forgery. What? I was bluffing. That can't be. What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? This note was not written by Ms. Impax herself. It is a fake. Order. Mr. Edgeworth, would you care to explain what is going on? If this was not written by Ms. Impax, then who wrote it? We would need more time to do a more detailed analysis. However, it appears that the handwriting matches that of the victim, Mr. Juan Corrida. Mr. Corrida? Well. Looks like Ms. Impax never left a suicide note after all. She never wrote anything about Engarde. However, Your Honor, even though this suicide note is indeed a fake, Mr. Engarde could not have known that, and the facts remain unchanged. Acting under the assumption that it was real, he had plotted to possess it. Does sound very plausible. This theory that Engarde had no idea the suicide note was fake something seems a little wrong with it. Oh, not a load. A save, if you don't mind. Evidence that he would have known it was fake? The same reason he knew how to possess it. The defense believes the theory the prosecution has stated contradicts testimony. If everything the prosecution has proven up to this point is true, it's impossible for him to have not known it was a fake. Behold, this camera. What is this little item called again? A video camera, Your Honor? A small one, but... Ah, that's right, a camera. You kids and your fancy toys nowadays in 2017. Mr. Edgeworth, earlier you claimed that Mr. Engarde knew of the existence of this note because he was spying on the victim. Isn't that right? If that were true, then this means Mr. Engarde would have known the victim had forged the note. Ah! So then, the defendant knew the suicide note was a fake. And if that's true, then the situation has suddenly changed in a very dramatic way. Exactly, Your Honor. The prosecution's theory as to what Mr. Engarde's motive for murder was, it has suddenly disappeared into thin air. But Your Honor, it's not as if Mr. Engarde monitored Mr. Corrida 24 hours a day. Perhaps the victim wrote the note in a place Mr. Engarde didn't know of. Well, right back at you, Mr. Edgeworth. Why don't you show us some proof that the victim made the forgery at an unknown place? Duh! Order, Mr. Edgeworth. Looks like this time it is you who has dug his own grave. Ugh. As I figured... Huh? As you figured? As I figured... It came down to this after all. Mr. Edgeworth, you're not making any sense. When I heard the results of the handwriting analysis, I thought this might happen. Sorry, let me fix my, cravat. Certainly not fixing Mr. Wright's tie. Not right now. Not right now, Edgeworth. The question is, what next? What next? If the prosecution can't prove Mr. Engarde's motive through the evidence, then we must prove it from another angle. Well, I agree with you there. Your Honor, the prosecution would like to call a witness to the stand at this time. Oh, well, that's fine. However, this witness is a little unusual. Edgeworth's stuttering? This is not like him at all. Unusual? Well, what sort of witness is this person, Mr. Edgeworth? This witness is one who is perfectly fit to answer once and for all the question of who was it that hired Shelley the Killer to commit murder? That's impossible. Who in the... No such person exists who can answer that question with such certainty. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth, who is this witness? It's... Yes, go on, who is it? The man himself, Mr. Shelley the Killer. Oh, Mr. the Killer. Wait, Shelley the Killer? You mean the killer? I mean the assassin? Yes, Your Honor. He's coming here to the witness stand. Well, yes, in a manner of speaking. Right. Remember when I was framed for murder and you requested to cross-examine a parrot? I recognize that this is a very unusual circumstance, so I ask for your permission. Well, Mr. Wright? Yes? Is this alright with you? Do I have a choice here? Can't really do much else to drag the trial out. The defense has no objections, Your Honor. I wonder if it really is alright to do this. Very well then, the prosecution calls its witness to the stand. Edgeworth, is there no other way left to us? Now then, witness. Your name and your, occupation, please. Why the hell would he answer this call? Very good, sir. My name is Shelley DeKiller, and I am a professional assassin. I say, what is going on here? Your Honor, how can you remain so calm? And what is the meaning of this two-way radio? Actually, Your Honor, it was delivered to me just now, and it came with a condition. As long as we do not trace its source, Mr. DeKiller will testify to this court. So this must be what that urgent phone call he got earlier was about. Oh no, this will not do. I cannot allow this in my court. First of all, we can't even be sure this is really Mr. DeKiller himself. Witness, please present some sort of proof that you are, in fact, Shelley DeKiller. I understand. Please wait a second. I'm so hungry. Maya! Maya? A voice? Mr. Wright, can you confirm anything from this? The defense has no objections to this person. We are satisfied that this man is indeed Shelley DeKiller. It looks like we have run into yet another unexpected turn of events. Well, it doesn't seem like we have too many choices under the circumstances, so... Now then, witness. There is one thing I would like to confirm before we speak of anything else. And what would that be? At the request of a client, you killed Mr. Juan Corrida. Is this correct? It is as you say. I did indeed kill Mr. Corrida. Now that we have answered that, let's move on to the name of your client. Very well. This is all just a dream. Yes, that's it. It's a bad dream. Shelley DeKiller. What is he going to say? There is something I must first state. To an assassin, nothing is more important than the trust between a client and himself. And that is the reason I am here today on this witness stand. It is my wish that you grasp this concept before I give the name of my client. Mr. DeKiller seems to be a very clever man. I'd almost say he seems to be mocking us. While he may appear to be our enemy, Your Honor, Mr. DeKiller is only stating the truth. He is no hypocrite. He has always stood by this one belief. You mean about this trust between his clients and himself thing? Seems to be a level of trust beyond what people like me can comprehend. Well, Mr. Wright, are you ready to cross-examine the witness? Yes, Your Honor. No way to know what's coming next. Stay cool and collected, Phoenix. Of course. So, nothing more important than the trust between you and your client. I provide my services in a fast and efficient manner. In exchange, I trust that my clients are discreet about me and my identity. If too many people knew my face, it would be quite troublesome. That is why you're testifying in this manner. This is the first time one of my clients has ever been accused of murder. I must preserve the killer name so my clients can trust me. But couldn't someone stab you in the back and break your trust? It has never happened before, but if it ever did... yes? That person wouldn't be my client for very long. They would certainly... That's enough, please, no more. Very well, it was only a hypothetical anyway. So, nothing more important than the trust between you and your client. That's very interesting, Mr. DeKiller, because I believe that your client broke your trust. Oh, come on. It's obvious. Engarde recorded the time that DeKiller was committing the murder. That breaks his client trust. Because the client shows that he doesn't trust DeKiller. DeKiller would no longer trust him and would let us know, yes, Matt Engarde is guilty. Yes, they are related, Phoenix! This doesn't count. My logic is sound. I just... suppose I was presenting it too early. Where am I back at? Oh, impossible for Engarde not to have known that the thing was a fake. Jesus. This is pretty far back, so, okay, back to pressing statements. You think it'd be bad that their role person tried to implicate another of the crime in order to save themselves. Who gave you the right to be high and mighty? We understand. Tell us the name of your client. Cannot do that. Have a few things to say before I do. It's not good for your health to be so aggravated. You won't live very long if you let everything bother you. Coming from an assassin makes it less than comforting. But nothing more important than the trust between a client and himself. He filmed you. But no, it's too early to be presenting that fact. What the hell? Why did I have to press the statement a second time? I skipped so much dialogue because of that. Hang on. I hate when this happens. I already pressed this statement. the trust between you and your client. Provide my services in a fast and efficient manner. In exchange, I trust that my clients are discreet about me and my identity. These are the roles and duty that we carry out. I'm sorry, but I was wondering about something you just said. You said that your client had already broken the rules. Oh, I had to press a different statement and come back to this one. That's what happened. Ugh. Person who frames another is the worst kind of human. That's why you feel you can betray this person? I have no trust relation with a client who can't understand their assigned role. Just my luck, an assassin with a conscience. Who would have figured? Now then, everyone, do you think you can understand my logic? Case keeps getting better and better. If you can't, then I'm afraid we can't proceed. Everyone understands your point, I think. Really. In that case, I believe I am prepared to disclose the information you seek. You've made it crystal clear that you value trust over all else. I believe we are ready. Excellent. Excellent. And that is... Okay... the name of your client, please. Now it's about time that I've revealed the name of my client, don't you agree? What is it? Now I can't bring myself to ask the client's name. If you can't ask it, Mr. Wright, then I will. Witness, what is the name of your client who requested the murder of Mr. Juan Corrida? That person's name is... Adrian Andrews. Liar. You still trust Corrida. Or what? Engarde. You still trust Engarde for some stupid reason. So your talk of, oh, because they framed someone for the murder, they're a bad person. That's all a giant lie. Witness. That's not who you told me it was earlier. Pray tell, what are you talking about, Mr. Prosecutor? I should think I know my own client, and it is Adrian Andrews. What? This can't be. On the phone earlier. What's going on here? My guess is that Mr. DeKiller just stabbed Mr. Edgeworth in the back. Stabbed Edgeworth in the back? I'm sure in order to get an audience with this court, Mr. DeKiller told him a different name. Matt Engarde, perhaps? I knew it. This is outrageous. I was deceived. This witness is telling a very serious lie. But you were the one who summoned this witness. You, Shelley DeKiller. My testimony is the truth. The defendant at the moment is Mr. Matt Engarde, am I correct? All I wish to do is help procure his acquittal. Wow. All of a sudden it feels like we can actually win this. Yeah. Prosecution has failed to provide a motive and has instead provided this suicide note, which is a forgery created by the victim. Furthermore, there is a possibility the defendant himself knew it was a fake. But most definitive of all, we have heard from the assassin himself the name of his client. Mr. DeKiller's the client who requested the murder was not Engarde at all. No. With this evidence, it is obvious to me that this means Mr. Engarde is innocent. I seem to have caused you all a bit of confusion. Please continue your discussion and call me when you have reached a verdict. Bailiff, please bring Ms. Adrian Andrews in immediately. What now? With the way this is going, Engarde will be found innocent. This may be our last chance to save Maya. Yeah, but Edgeworth is right. The killer is lying. And Engarde, my client, I know he's guilty. Can I live with myself if I win this? Who would have believed the prosecution's own witness would absolve the defendant? Your Honor, the prosecution requests permission to further question the witness. Shelley the killer is certainly lying under oath. It wasn't me! Listen, everyone, please, that testimony just now. It was all one big lie. Ms. Andrews, the suicide note may have been fake, but that man, Matt, he's the reason Celeste died. And Juan's death, it was all because he got pulled into Matt's twisted world. That testimony just now, you have to believe me. It was a horrible, horrible lie. But Mr. the Killer himself has testified. He has named you as his client. No, that's not true. Also, there is quite a bit of evidence that points to you. The knife and the button, donning the nickel samurai costume. But that's... You even have a motive. We know that Ms. Celeste Pax was a large part of your life. You wanted to follow her, and you wanted revenge against the two who hurt her. I would say you have plenty of reasons to want them both dead. No. Mr. Wright. You know the truth. Tell them. Tell them the real story. Who the real killer is. Tell them. Please, help me. Yes. I know the truth. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? I believe we have reached the end of this trial. Therefore, I ask the defense for any final words or opinions. I have to decide. Do I take the not guilty verdict and save Maya? Or do I throw this chance away and wait for Gumshoe's new evidence? What am I supposed to do? I know exactly what I need to do. In the next episode. Bye.